Hey guys, it's your girl Marley. Welcome back to the show. Before you get started, I did want to share it was a full moon that night when we were recording this with the fashion poet, and things got weird with technology. Technology was not on our side. So it is a little funny. We do apologize. We worked our best to correct in the audio, but we do want you to enjoy and indulge on these wonderful words and conversation that we had with the fashion poet. Thank you for joining us and enjoy.
Messy Mondays. Your girl show me. Your girl Marley Mar.
Good morning, everybody. It's Messy Mondays, episode number 21. What's up, everybody?
I thought we were on 22.
Oh my, you right, it is. Okay, I can do that over.
No, it's perfectly fine. Mistakes are always good.
Well, that's 22. You see what happens, everybody? There's so many numbers that y'all got me tripping over these numbers. This is how crazy and how consistent and how much aggression we're putting into this podcast. We are not playing. This is a perfect example of us not playing. We are out here grinding. These two women is doing it. Let them know, Marley.
Always 100%. And of course, from 3,000 miles away, I am like, I felt the very Miami vibes from our last episode. Absolutely. And you guys know that I miss home. I miss the sunny weather. I miss the beach, which I don't even care for the beach, but I miss it.
The option.
The option of yes, it's really truly the option of knowing that I was so close to the beach, and I'll do anything to soak up the sun. But
oh my God, come back, Marley.
Well, officially my 1 year is the 26th.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you. 1 year being all the way in the Pacific Northwest, and it is different, and I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. It's different, but I'll see home pretty soon.
That's pretty
awesome. You guys
see me.
See me.
That's pretty awesome. But make sure you guys, while you are now tuning into the podcast episode number 22 of the Messy Monday podcast, make sure to follow us on Messy Mondays podcast on Instagram. You can follow me at showme_ENT and Marley at lovemarley_. And you guys would, always give us a support. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for reviewing. And thank you for reposting everybody. And special thanks to It's the Prince 305. Last episode was super dope.
Definitely. And today's episode is a little bit more on my vibes. We have, and we know this because we know I talk about my crystals. We know we talk about my oils. And my friends here also out in Seattle. Luckily, I have found a group that's really on my line. But first, we're also going to dive into the fashion side of things, entrepreneurship, keeping up with what our 2018 goals are looking like, right? Then transferring that way. So today we have a very inspirational woman who is on the rise out in the Miami area, in the Miami scene, right? And then, as we know, as 2018 is the year of the woman, definitely out there doing our thing. So we know that 2018 is the year of the woman. And lately we've heard all the kind of things that are happening for women out there. And the strive of women running for president. We know that women are taking over.
Yeah.
So I want everyone at Messy Mondays to say hi to the fashion poet herself, award-winning blogger and journalist, and has been featured on Oxygen, Vogue, The Today Show. Annie, welcome to the show. Welcome to Messy Mondays.
Welcome.
Thank you, ladies, for having me on. I'm excited to be on here talking with both of you.
Yeah, we have like a super dope guest tonight. I'm like super excited.
So Annie, just, introduce yourself to the world, to our messy crew, as we like to call them. Tell us about your blog and what you really like to cover and those kind of things.
Hi, everybody. Born and raised in Miami, and I started my blog 7 years ago when I was still working as a journalist, and it took off. And I basically started off writing about fashion, and it turned into more of a lifestyle blog. And I've just been really grateful to have gotten in when it started flourishing, that market, and different brands were taking us seriously. And hiring us for different opportunities. And last year I launched my own, I would say it's a mix of clothing and spiritual healing tools. So it's been interesting to go that route now and add a second business to my platform. But
Wow, Annie. So, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you said some pretty impressive things there. Like, you were a journalist, which is pretty dope, and you had a profession as something that you enjoy. Because I'm assuming you must like writing, and you like the art of writing since you worked in that, before professionally, and then to do it on your own and become like a blogger. Was it something that because people picked up on your talent and started following you and reached out to you, decided to do that professionally? Or did you say, hey, you know what, I really want to be an independent person. I think I'm going to quit my job.
well, I was a freelance journalist and I wrote for a lot of different publications. And then, yeah, what happened was a recession happens. So I had so many stories locally. And, there was a lot of celebrities coming to Miami, a lot of designers, and nobody was buying these stories anymore because, obviously money was tight. And I decided to do something about it, and that's when I launched my blog. And
Wow, good idea.
yeah, it was different. It was more about news and what was happening in Miami, and then I incorporated my personal style into it. But in the beginning, it was people just thought I was writing for another outlet, and they liked it, and the feedback was good, so I just kept going with it.
Sorry about that, Annie. We kid you not, first time this program has acted this way. Technology.
That's all the energy.
And
yeah,
it is a full moon, by the way.
Yeah, the new moon, for sure. There's something going on. There's something going on.
So Annie, so we all know that you was, kind of the rebel Catholic school girl with the dope uniform. But aside from that, it's pretty awesome now that you are an alchemist. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is totally not my lane. You know what I'm saying? I think this is more like Marley's lane, but I think it's pretty awesome.
You're so funny. I think all of us, I feel like every woman has magic. So it's all about connecting with the earth and the universe and energy and all that.
So I myself, and again, I think I said this earlier, I was lucky to find people at work. It just happens to be my entire team literally carries a crystal on them, some way, shape, or form. Some sort of rock on them. So I'm happy that I found kind of my own little crew here and we're all on the same wavelength. So tell me, what made you kind of dive into this area of natural healings, probably essential oils and things like that? What made you kind of move into that path?
Well, it's interesting. I've been doing that longer than I have been doing the blog. I just did it on the DL because it's not something that was socially accepted back then. And now it's been becoming, I guess, more trendy or whatever.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So I went to an intuitive. I would say 8 years ago, and I had questions, and she and I became friends, and she's like, hey, why don't you come to this workshop I'm having, and I'm teaching people how to manifest. And she's like, why don't you come to this workshop about crystals? So then I got really into it, and I used to manifest. A lot of the things that have happened in my life, I've basically manifested them.
Same here.
So one of the questions I always get from, when I do talks or when people email me or whatever is how did I get from point A to point B, And I'm like, well, it's you have to be organized. It takes work, but at the end of the day, like, you have to have faith in yourself. You're the one that, like,
True.
you can have whatever you want. You have to create it, you know, like, you can do a vision board, you can write journal every day. And it was just ongoing. So last year, from doing the fashion for so many years, I was like, you know what, I want to show a different side of myself. I'm kind of like seeing there's so many fashion bloggers and beauty bloggers, like, how it just kept growing and growing. I'm like, I feel a little bit trapped. Like, I feel like I'm losing myself here. And so I shared this, and I was like, this could go two ways. This could really sabotage my career, or people are gonna like it. And it blew up. Like, I had more people asking me about that than they were asking me about fashion.
And I think that might be because a lot of people are looking for, in the times, for some guidance and some spiritual direction, and some kind of like a different variation other than just like faith, like Bible Christian kind of faith and things like that. They're looking for something else to kind of put energy into, or like starting to believe and understand that energies do have a huge effect on your daily actions and like your daily go-ons and things like that, or how things turn out for you. You know, if you go into things negatively, things will happen negatively, like that kind of thing. So I think people are starting to understand that and see that.
Yeah, 100%. Like, everybody has their struggle and everybody has their issues, like, and I just wanted to spread good vibes. So I started sharing positive quotes, and then I started sharing the tools that I would use, and people started buying them. And I was like, oh my God, like.
But if I can ask you a question, Annie, like, why wasn't it acceptable before? Like, I'm not as well versed as you guys are.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, okay, so I'm Cuban, and in my culture we have Santeria. I don't practice it, but I respect it. Like, it's not something, but a lot of people, like, look down on that. And so if you...
Right, it definitely has, like, a negative stigma.
Yeah, so it's kind of like saying, like, some people, they're like, oh, aliens don't exist, you're crazy. Or, like, how do you believe in something you've not seen, So, or how do you believe in a rock that can heal you? But the truth is, anything is possible. And I do feel like the earth itself is always healing. Like, if you go into nature, into a garden, you're going to feel at peace, and you're going to feel, or like if you go into the ocean, there's like a type of cleansing that happens there.
Yeah.
So,
and it's definitely like that. Yeah. You still get that feeling of like this natural rock does have that same power as, I like that, like, it has that same power as like the dirt, or like the feel or the emotion of that dirt. You still have that in there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's the name of your new wellness brand? What's that?
It's called Annie the Alchemist. So, I just kept it simple. And it really, it kicked off on Snapchat, and then last year I started the Instagram for it, and then November I launched products. I launched on Cyber Monday.
Nice.
And so it's been growing, and I mean, it feels good. I like doing something that is putting good vibes out there and helping other people. And
I recently did, a friend of mine, like I said, I kind of got like a new crew, like, here since I've moved to Seattle, and I have a group of girls one girl who actually invited us to do like an essential oils kind of blend kind of night where you make your own. And then she had a lady there also that kind of helped us make ours. And I kid you not, guys, it's working.
No way.
I got one called Divine Abundance, me and a friend. For me, it's slowly working and trickling in. For my friend, the Divine Abundance is an oil, so you have to put it like, it's supposed to manifest prosperity in abundance. So you use it like to put it on yourself, on your paperwork, like on your credit cards, on your wallet, like anything, right? And you put some like on the back of your neck and on your body, whatever. My friend the other week was like her car got into an accident or was totaled, and she no longer has to pay her car note, and this was out like in another state. She got like a savings and a whole bunch of other things, and I aligned all of that with the divine abundance, because now the burden of the car, which was she didn't want to pay the car anymore, got into a total accident, and now no longer has to pay it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So she was like, I don't know, Marley, I got all this leftover money now. I got this all. I was like, girl, divine abundance. Like, she didn't correlate that together, that she was using this oil, all of a sudden all this money was actually, because she had rubbed it all over her wallet, every single credit card, you name it, it has been happening. So I'm a like, and yes, a part of that is the manifestation, like your own thought process, like your own,
Of course, yeah.
energy that you put into it. But she put enough faith into it that it happened and it
Yes.
worked for her.
Yes, 100%. Totally.
And that's so awesome, especially for a lot of us that are trying to get our foot started on the right path for 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't mean just because you haven't done anything thus far, it doesn't mean that you still can't start your new year. Even if you started, let's say, in the middle of February, like you still have time. So it's like, I think it's pretty dope that this is an alternative way for you to also maybe kickstart some energy that you need. And you can visit AnnieTheAlchemist.com and check that out. But I actually wanted to ask you some questions, Annie, because I know that you said you were going to be speaking at the SXSW.
Yeah, South by Southwest.
Tell us about that.
So they have a style area, and I'm gonna be a mentor. So I'm gonna be meeting with different attendees and talking with them and mentoring them on their business. So I went last year as a guest, and I remember saying with my friend who basically inspired me to go and kept pushing me to go and push it, and I was like, fine, I'll go. And I remember we said we're gonna come back next year and we're gonna be a part of it, like we're gonna be in it. And she came back and she's leading a workshop, and then I got asked last minute to be a mentor. So
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. It's pretty exciting. So I will be there.
South by Southwest has grown and changed throughout the years. That's actually one of the festivals I want to try and make it out to for 2018. It is on my vision board for 2018. So hopefully we'll see each other out there.
I literally went last minute. You know, you just buy a plane ticket and you go, and you can actually go and not really need a badge.
That's so fantastic. Now, what about WeAllGrowLatina.com? I know that that's a pretty awesome organization. I think that the fact that it's grown every year, from what I see, it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's pretty awesome. You're going to be speaking at that as well, right?
Yeah, it has grown a lot. And so like this year they added the wellness component. So I'm excited to be going for that day and not the fashion. Because it's, the wellness thing is something that I'm really passionate about right now. So
That's your new baby.
Yeah. So I will be going and speaking on a panel about the wellness industry and how I started my business and, the direction that I'm going with it. And also I will be leading a chakra balancing workshop for, I don't know if it's 50 or 100 people, but yeah, usually I've been doing chakra balance. So I'm Reiki certified. I've been doing chakra balancing at events in Miami, but it's usually like one-on-one, and I do like 30 people or whatever a day at these events. But this is going to be a little bit different, so it's exciting. And I like teaching people that they can do this at home, that they can do it on their own. It's not something that they're dependent on anybody, because all you got to do is get the crystals, lie down, and it's like meditating, and it's a really amazing experience. And you can do it in your bed, or you can do it like on the living room floor on top of a yoga mat. So I'm going to be teaching people how to do that, how to sage, how to create their affirmations. And yeah, so I try to do in Miami once or twice a month an event. So I'm doing one this Saturday. And with that, I always like drop a new product so that the people that, so people who attend the event have first dibs on it. So.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. Make sure to tag me on your event so we can repost it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That'd be
we'll
amazing.
do.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely need to connect with you once I come back and visit in Miami.
You guys were like meant to meet. I mean it.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely searching for, well, here in Seattle, you can find that really easily, like different variations of shops with crystals, and like tarot readers, everything that's just like for manifestation and things like that. You can definitely find it easy because
it's funny. There's a Miami girl. She's a blogger. Her name is Pretty and Pigment, and she was saying, she like did a post today on Instagram. She's like, need more friends who love full moons, meditate, and sage the bad vibes away. So she just moved to Seattle last year. So she's like, I'm having a hard time finding people, so I should connect both of you guys too. She's really cool.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Connect her with me. Trust me. It just happened. I found a group of friends who actually are on that same wavelength. Like we talk about our sage. I have a friend who sages every night, every morning when she takes a shower, the moment she showers out. Like literally I found my circle of that. So definitely
I will
get me in contact with her. And then of course to kind of just bring you into the messiness that we are. Do you have a messy experience or messy story to share with us?
Like a messy experience with work?
Yeah.
It can be absolutely anything.
From all situations.
I mean, I feel my life has always been messy. I feel like that's what makes us stronger and like really pushes us to like be adventurous and go for it, you know? Because I mean, but yeah, I would say with the fashion blogging, that was something that really made me grow up as a real true businesswoman. When I started, I also knew that I had to do something in the community to bring people together because we were very like separated in Miami.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I started throwing these networking events with two other girls, and they were called Fashion Bloggers Do It Better. And they were awesome. Like, we had so many people turn up, and we just kept growing our tribe. And it was good because that way the brands noticed, the local brands noticed, and the national brands noticed that there was a movement. And that's when they started investing money. And through that, what happens is you're gonna what happened to me and that group got I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus, but there was a lot of girls that were insecure and felt that they deserved to have opportunities that other girls were getting, and it just got really nasty. And I remember I had a falling out with two of them. And one of them actually told me, "You're the one that we need to take down." And yeah.
That's what our word?
Yeah, you're the one that we need to take down. And I was like, what are you talking about? And that's what happens when you sometimes are a leader. There's other people that are going to try to compete with you. And the thing is that there is no, you can't look at your industry as having competition, because the moment that you do that, you manifest competition. And so you have to look at it as just shining your light, putting good energy, and just going about it your way. And ignore the negative feedback, ignore the haters, because none of those people are going to do anything for you. but try to bring you down. So,
I love that. Thank you so much for that.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like I want to keep this recording for us only, Marty, and like not share it with the whole.
Yeah, I feel like people get, and that's one of the things that stops people from following their dreams too. They're like, oh, but there's so many people doing it. How am I gonna? You know what? Everybody's unique. Everybody has their own voice. Everybody has their own audience. And, you know, like I have my own audience. Other girls have their own audience, and
Right.
and always,
There's enough for everybody.
yeah. And you always got to take the high road. No matter what happens, always be polite and courteous and take the high road.
Nice. I love that, Annie. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
We usually end the show with a nice quote, and that was actually
Beautiful.
fitting.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know you have to run because I know you're like the busiest woman in America right now because you have a million things going on. But we want to say thank you so much. Tell everybody how to follow you right now on your Instagram.
Okay, so you can follow me for fashion and lifestyle stuff on at the fashion poet. And for spiritual and positive vibes, you can follow me at Annie the Alchemist. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Annie.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And God, that was so awesome, Marley. It was so amazing to have Annie on the podcast. You know, we hope that in the future we keep attracting such inspirational people and most importantly, inspirational women. How dope is that?
And that does show, like, there's room for everybody. If you have something you want to create, if you have something you want to put out there, just go ahead and do it. Chances are it can blow up. You're probably creating content, creating something for someone who actually wants it and likes it.
And you see how she basically took an opportunity of a bad moment. Remember when she said that at that time, like, there was no business because of the recession. There was no money. You know what I'm saying? And like, she found the way to still get a buzz. That's the type of thing we like to hear here on Messy Mondays. You know what I'm saying? Because that even keeps me and you motivated. Like, you know what? Let's keep pushing at it. You never know.
And speaking of putting good vibes and good moments out there, we got something special happening out in Miami.
Guys, January 27th. That is a Saturday, guys, and it's happening so soon. And you know how people be like, yo, like the seats are filling up. It's so crazy. Get your tickets. Like, I'm not lying.
No, seriously, the seats are filling up.
Right.
No, seriously, like, get yourself a ticket.
It's so
like,
dope.
do something.
Guys, it's on eventbrite.com. Check it out, Vision Board Party, or you can go on showme_ENT on my IG. I have a few links and a few posts regarding it. Messy Mondays podcast IG will also be posting it when we get closer to the time frame. I want to say thank you so much to everyone so far who has volunteered to participate in the event in any fashion. It's really appreciated, and trust me, once everything is done, we're going to make sure to shout out everybody who showed love, for sure.
I definitely have been posting it, and my Seattle friends are like, oh my God, that's so awesome. You're going back home and you're going to go.
I really think you should do like
I'm
a last minute with the Chakra Girls Vision Board Party. I really think you should do it.
So I actually I was telling them because they wanted to do one. I said, I am going to host one. I'll just give you the date. I don't know if I can do the same day, but we're figuring something out, and we'll have a Seattle version of 100%. Vision Board Party out here.
Awesome idea.
And definitely bringing all vibes from Miami out here to Seattle. But I'll be joining you guys clear across the country as well, participating.
Everyone down here wants to see what's going on in Seattle. Like, it's so different from here. Like, we can't wait to see their vision boards and like what's going on over there with my chakra crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what you guys have planned. That's awesome. Especially after Annie gave us the advice and said that, you know, vision boards and planning ahead and writing things down. And, you know, this is a person that she does this for a living. And guys, let's listen to the experts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to know how to get inspired, and sometimes you need to make it something so you can actually make it real. Sometimes that's what you need. Don't think it's corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of something that's going to help you.
Do you know, this is how I ended up in Seattle. Because in one of my goal books, I wrote places I wanted to visit, and Seattle was on the list. No, I'm sorry. It said places I wanted to visit / live. And I don't know, I really put Seattle down to visit, but I ended up living in Seattle. So be cautious also of how you write things down.
Right.
Because it'll happen in another way. But this was a great episode. Again, continuing 2018. off on an amazing note of good vibes. This is a great
Yes.
January, kickoff. And if you haven't been on this road or haven't been able to dive into it, February 1st is
Absolutely.
right around the corner. Fresh and brand new month. So always think of it in that way. So don't forget to RSVP. Go to eventbrite.com,
yes.
correct? And look up Vision Board Party.
Miami edition,
In
because
Miami.
the Seattle edition is coming soon.
Seattle edition coming your way. So don't forget to submit your stories to us. And also follow us on Instagram, Messy Mondays Podcast. Email us at messymondayspod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, where I usually talk a lot of shit about what's happening with shows, any TV, any current events and things like that happening at Messy Mondays Pod.
Yes, thank you so much, everybody. Have an amazing rest of your week. It's Messy Mondays, and if anyone wants to start being a part of the show, promote with us, and put your stuff out there and cross-promote, you can tell we do not play. We are hustlers over here, so please DM us about that as well. It's Messy Mondays.
Your girl Marley Mar. Messy Mondays. Messy Mondays. Your girl show me. Your girl Marley Mar. Messy Mondays.